Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 20th. We are going to jump right in here. You have this discus fish. It says society, vibrancy, and co-parenting. And you have an upside down card, apparently. It says pigeon. It says channeling, home, and gentleness. So both cards kind of represent the home. A lot of you, I kind of feel at the beginning of the week, you could be feeling more like you just want to be at home or you want to stay home or something. You do have the tower, but you also have the star, which is pretty good. Obviously, if we have a reading with the tower, we definitely want to see the star because the star literally represents healing from a tower moment. So a lot of you maybe have already had a tower moment, or you could be healing from some sort of tower moment in the home. It's funny that before that card even came up, I was saying that it seems to me like the first part of the week or whatever, you're, sorry, I didn't want to pull that. We'll take it. Why not? I grabbed it by accident. Maybe it's meant to be. But, again, I feel like, taking time from the home or just being at home would be a really good idea for you, especially if you're healing from something that you've been going through. And, that's what that tower kind of looks like to me. You have the Knight of Cups, the tower, and the star. So, again, your first position represents your current general energies. This could be like a wish that fell apart, basically. But sometimes I think people think that a wish is like, oh, I'm going to win the lottery or something. But, I think a wish sometimes can be much more simple. It's like maybe you thought something, and that's what I feel for you here is what I'm trying to say, Aquarius, that, it's like maybe you were hoping something would work out for you, or maybe you were hoping that you would be, that a person would be a solid connection or something like that. And I just feel with the tower here that a wish could have, fallen apart, basically. Or, it's like the tower is kind of coming down to reality. And sometimes I feel, they say be careful what you wish for. And, I'm kind of getting that energy where it's like maybe some of you had a situation in the very recent past where you wish you didn't wish for whatever you wish for, right? And that's kind of the feeling I get. Now, a lot of people have had the tower this week, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of global tower moment at this time. So, I always tell people, keep your head on straight. The tower brings us down to reality so that we can see reality for what it actually is. And, I personally don't think the tower is a bad thing. You have the star, like I said, which is great because that's exactly what we want to see in a reading with the tower is the star because it represents healing from a tower moment. It's also kind of what tells me in the reading that this is a tower moment that's already happened because, obviously if you're already healing from it, then it's already something that has happened. And I feel you could be healing. The star is also your card, Aquarius. So whenever you come up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength in a reading. And technically, you show up twice here. You show up in the top corner of the world, and also the star is where I was going with that. I don't know why I was looking up here for some reason, but, again, I think that you're showing up in a very strong position, which is great. Again, some of you could be healing or kind of going through a healing at home. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Fool. Also good because this would say that you're finally ready for a new beginning. Obviously, if you were hurt by something with the tower or you had to heal from something, that you could have been going through this healing so that you can take another leap of faith. So I feel for a lot of you that you are ready to take a new leap of faith in a new direction or to try something new again. With the tower, the tower always gets reduced down to its foundation, and we always rebuild the tower back stronger, or at least we're supposed to. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be getting ready to rebuild something in your life. With the tower, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords can be like curiosity or spying. You could be asking like why something happened or you could be wondering why with the Page of Swords and kind of going over the rubble, right? You could be walking through the ruins of something that you've been through and kind of like trying to find answers. And I really don't feel anything about that for you, Aquarius. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing or a good thing. As long as you're not like staying stuck in that position, I think it's fine. You could just be. It's like you're reflecting is the word I'm looking for here on the situation. And, again, since you have the Eight of Wands, I actually feel this could be a good thing because the Eight of Wands is forward movement. And sometimes I do think we have to reflect, figure out what we didn't see, and then we can move forward. And so, I kind of feel like that's what's going on here. With the star, you have the moon. You have the moon twice in your reading. The moon is uncertainty for the future. So I feel for some of you, this could say that you have healed, but you're still uncertain about the future. Or, with the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, it kind of gives me the vibes of feeling like you're never going to have what you wanted, or, you feel like you are not going to have what you wanted, or whatever you feel like you lost. Obviously, that's not true, but, I think that could be a feeling that you are experiencing. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Divine Intervention card. Tower moments usually are Divine Intervention. It says, angels are working behind the scenes to assist you in the miracles you've requested. You have this Divine Infinity. It says, challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you'll find your infinity. Pretty much everyone gets these cards that really say that we have to push it past that point where we would normally give up on something, or we wouldn't, where we would normally not cross a boundary. And we're not talking about like a good boundary. We're talking about kind of like the boundaries that prevent us from growing. And so I feel for a lot of you, there could be a lot of growth coming in for you if you take a risk, especially with that Fool card. You have the Five of Cups, Three of Swords in the world. Definitely some sort of disappointment, so there's no doubt about it. The Tower could have been disappointing, or, again, I am getting more of that, like, be careful what you wish for energy, or kind of like that meeting your heroes thing, right? How they say, like, don't meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed. And, I kind of get that energy here where it's like, I'm not saying it was a person or a hero, but, you got something you thought you wanted, and then maybe it turned out to be a disappointment in the past. The whole point of the Five of Cups is that he has to be grateful for what he has, and then he'll get this bridge and this castle over here. So, the trick with the Five of Cups is gratitude. I've been seeing a lot of gratitude in the readings, so, it seems to me like we're in a time where we have to be practicing gratitude. You have the Three of Swords. Again, the Three of Swords really is a card of healing. The Three of Swords, those three swords are in your own heart. The whole point of the Three of Swords, obviously, is to remove those swords from your heart. Now, the easy way to do that is through forgiveness, and we don't have to forgive a person or a situation directly. We just have to forgive them in our heart, and then we will be set free. So I would definitely say forgiveness, it would be a good idea at this time. I would also say that just healing in general is always a good idea. And you have the Queen of Cups right next to it. And the other good news here is that we go from the Queen of Cups to the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So, these are two very heart-based cards. And so with the Three of Swords, it would say that you are focused on healing your heart, or you are, because this is the area of what's coming in for you. And when you have a healed heart, you can really do a lot with these two cards, especially the Queen of Cups. Again, she just kind of like moves towards her heart, what her heart is telling her to do. But obviously, if you have an unhealed heart, you're going to have a hard time doing that. If your heart is healed, you're going to have an easy time doing that. You have the World. The World and the Tower can also represent a move. So some of you could be thinking about moving. I don't feel that for all of you, but I do feel that for some of you. For others, the World is like some sort of accomplishment. But really, I'm just getting like, I feel like the universe is trying to say, like, you still can accomplish whatever your wish is, or, whatever fell apart with the Tower. You still have time. There's still plenty that you can do, and that's what I would do with the World card. With the Five of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles. Like I said, some sort of disappointment. I think I keep getting the word reflection popping into my head in your reading, Aquarius. And with the Page of Swords, I feel that, like, I almost feel like you are allowing something to reflect on you too much, It's like, I'm just going to use a breakup as an example. I'm not saying this was a breakup. As a matter of fact, for most of you, I don't think it is. I think it's like some sort of wish or something that you hoped you could like work on and it would come through for you. But it's like sometimes in a breakup, I think we think too much about it. Like, especially if the other person leaves us, we think about it and like, what's wrong with us, right? We're like, we are allowing it to reflect on us too much. And that's kind of the feeling I get on the Five of Pentacles. Like, there's really nothing I feel you could have done in this situation. And it's almost like saying, like, don't allow it to ruin your strength. The whole point of the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. You have to double down on your strengths. With the Three of Swords, I mean, still good. Eight of Cups, it says that you're walking away from things that no longer serve you. So really, all in all, I feel you're healing from whatever this situation was or is. and you're just kind of like moving forward. Again, another card of uncertainty about the future. So, he is walking away from those 8 cups, and 8 of cups is definitely a challenge card because he doesn't know what he is walking towards. Like, he just knows that whatever the situation wasn't serving him. So he really doesn't know that he's walking towards fulfillment. As I always say, he's just like hoping that he is going to find fulfillment. With the world, you have the Hermit here. The Hermit is about being in hermit mode. The Hermit is about shining your inner light and letting the world see what makes you special, especially with the world. Now, you have the star in the reading, and he has the star inside his lantern. So I think it's time for you to shine your light here, Aquarius, and kind of like let the world know who you are, show the world what makes you special, or whatever you want to call it with the Hermit. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, that's right, you have 3 cards. I'm going to show you these first 2 first. You have this Truth Be Told card and this New Life card. So I love that New Life card. Like, that lady is being lifted up on a pedestal and she's glowing. And the Truth Be Told card is about shining your inner light, like showing the world what makes you special. And definitely with the Hermit in the star, I would be shining your inner light. I would be, kind of showing the world what you're made of here with these cards. You also have the Time for a Nap card. So yes, if you need a break, if you need a nap, if you need rest, I would take that rest. You have the 8 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Moon. The 8 of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be some sort of success coming in for you. I also feel that there could be like quick movement here. I really feel it's important that you get back up on the horse here. Like, I get that feeling. If something scared you or whatever fell apart here, like, I would start again immediately. I get that kind of like get back on the horse type of energy here so that you're not afraid of it in the future. This could include love. It's like, I'm not saying that you have to go out there and sleep with every person you meet, but I think, if it's love, it might be a good time to just date and just see what happens. And, don't move too quickly, right? Just take your time, go on a couple dates and, see where it goes. But I think kind of, getting back into it is what the 8 of Wands is talking about. Because I think if you do that, then you're going to move forward more quickly with the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands can also represent good news sometimes, and I do feel like there could be good news here. You have the Queen of Cups. Ultimately, your heart is the most important thing here. She has this big cup. I always say that cup looks like a trophy. It doesn't really look like a cup. And so it kind of represents the fact that she's following her heart. And then we go up to the Ace of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups, can be love as well, but the Ace of Cups is really your heart. And it's about doing things that cause more flow in your life. And that's definitely what I would be doing with that Ace of Cups, is I would be looking for things that cause flow, things that you can do easily. I always say that the Ace of Cups to me is something that you can do endlessly, and this could be any type of activity, but I think the more you get into that energy, the better. You have the Moon. Again, I just get uncertainty about the future. I feel I would be careful of living too much in the future here, Aquarius. Like, I would be careful of like allowing, of projecting too much in the future, just in general about anything that you're working on. I kind of feel the Moon. I'm not really getting traditional Moon stuff here. It's just like saying one step at a time. I kind of get more that energy where it's like no assumptions about the future, no future projection, and you'll be fine. With the 8 of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups again. Yes, follow your heart and things will move quickly. I mean, literally, that's what the reading is saying. If we follow our heart, we can't be steered wrong. So I would definitely be listening to what your heart is telling you. Now, people always like to give me crazy examples of like, oh, I dated this person and they broke my heart. And I was following my heart. I'm like, yeah, well, and then I talk to those people and I find out that like, day one, the person was telling them what a mess they are. So it's like, well, no, you weren't really following your heart because you didn't listen to what the person said. So if we follow our heart for real and not just like kind of our heart, then we'll do better. With the Queen of Cups, you have the King of Cups. Definitely could be a divine, new love coming in for you if you want it. I would be careful of living too much in the past as well, like I said over here, if you are attracting something new. King and Queen of Cups have very deep emotional connection. So, could be any sign that you're attracting. Could even be, we have fire, we have water, we have air. We have, all the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. We have Capricorn. So, I just listed all 12 signs. Literally could be any sign coming in for you, but I think that there will be a deep emotional connection. The King of Cups also represents looking at your emotions. He has explored his emotions to a very deep level, and so, he heals because of that. With the moon, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, if you need help, ask for help, especially right now, I would say. The Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work, but he has received the assistance of these two people here. I think sometimes the important thing with the Three of Pentacles is that he's ultimately the leader, but he is taking advice from these people. And there's something about that. I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you for like 2 weeks at least, that there, I keep getting this message for Aquarius that it's like you need to be the you need to take center stage, especially in work or business with that star card and the hermit. Like, I would be making sure that you are the leader. If someone else is taking the lead on a project or something like that, I just don't think it will, it's like, is it going to be bad for you? No, but I just think there's such an opportunity for you to take the lead that I would, because I think that will reflect on you better. Next, in your outcome row for the good stuff, you have this revisit card and this approve card. Didn't we talk about revisiting something? I'm pretty sure we did. Again, like I said, I think as long as you're not living in the past, then you're fine. I think what you're approving of is the things that you've learned. I sometimes feel that when we do revisit the past, we're doing it just to look at the lessons we learned so that we can make progress in the future. And, that seems to be what's going on here. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups wanted to come out together. So the Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness, and the Ace of Cups, again, is about flow. The Ace of Cups is something that causes your emotions to overflow. The other thing about the Ace of Cups is that it can easily reach down into the water below it and fill itself back up. So the Ace of Cups represents doing things that you can do endlessly. And I think for whatever reason, this year, I've already received a lot of messages about being careful of your energy, like who gets your energy, what gets your energy, and really being efficient with your energy in general. And that's definitely the energy I get off of these two cards, is that, as long as you're entering into flow and you're not doing things that burn you out, then things will go really well. But I think if you're doing things that burn you out, you're not going to do well. So I would pay attention to all resources, time, effort, energy, attention. Those are all resources. With the Queen of Pentacles, we need to pay attention. You have the Page of Swords. Again, I feel okay about this because I feel you're, like I said, walking through the ruins of something that you've been through. As long as you're not getting stuck, I feel fine. Like if you're stuck in the past, and I'm not even talking about just a person, this could be anything that you've been through, then I feel you need to set yourself free. But if you're just revisiting the past to kind of, look at the lessons and apply them to your life, that's fine. Coming up in the good stuff, this could also say that, it could be like a secret admirer. So there definitely could be love coming in for those of you that want it. You have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really making things happen. So I think being bold, being assertive would be a good idea. The King of Wands is also like a little bit of a visionary. I feel that visionary energy is very good for Aquarius right now. So any of your visionary, futuristic ideas could be extremely beneficial. And I would take advantage of those ideas for sure. With the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Chariot. Yes, definitely a victory coming in for you. You and Leo get these cards that say, like, you really, I don't know how to say what I want to say here, Aquarius, so bear with me, but I feel like a lot of you are, it's not that you're completely starting over, but it's like you are changing your story significantly. I feel, he's leaving the city behind him behind. The whole point of the Chariot is that he's setting himself apart. So I think a lot of you could be doing things to set yourself apart in life, and I do feel that will be a good thing. And again, moving, for those of you that want to move. With the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles. Could be communication and love. So for those of you that are looking for love here, the Page of Swords most people read as a spy. And so if someone has been spying on you, or if you've been spying on someone, this could be communication. With the King of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups, what you actually want, probably. It's like you go from this wish that fell apart to an actual wish right here, right? And so I feel in the Nine of Cups is fulfillment. Again, the Eight of Cups, he doesn't know if he's walking towards fulfillment or not. He just knows that whatever the past situation is, isn't really working for him. So he walks away. And so again, I think you will find what you're looking for. You have this chair filled, can't make this up. It says someone new is entering your life. Clearly, could be any sign, but definitely a new person. You have this club card. It says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I would just be careful of the thing, the thing that I keep warning people about right now, just based off the astrology, is I feel that what we will see, especially as we move throughout the year, especially, Neptune's going to move into Aries. It will retrograde back into Pisces starting in June, but that Neptune and Aries energy is like, I need you to do this thing for me so that I can feel good, right? And so I would be careful of the people who are like, I need you to do this for me so I can feel good. It's like, no, you are the only person that can make you feel good. And that's what your response should be when people say that to you. Like, I need you to do XYZ, right? So a lot of people do this. And, it's like human nature, but, I would be careful of those people who are kind of like, acting like that. Like, I need you to stop doing this thing that you're doing because it makes me feel bad. Well, it's like, well, okay, that's on you, right? And I would just be careful. You have this chain card. It says chain of events that will affect your life. Yeah, things are adding up here, Aquarius. I think things are going in the right direction in general. You have this horseshoe. It says good luck on it, so I feel like there is definitely luck. Again, I feel some of you have had this fear of the future or whatever. It's sort of like an uncertain future, 2 moons and the 8 of cups, obviously. And, but really I feel like you're closer than ever is the feeling I get. So, like luck is on your side as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you don't live in the past. You have the star. It says guaranteed success. So there you go, Aquarius. It's actually a really good reading. I think it hasn't been good, or easy necessarily. Not that it's been bad. I don't think your life has been awful, but I think things are progressing here. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.